We need input values for the test design. The weight and height values should result in all 4 BMI classifications. It turns out that we can do this with 2 weight values and 2 height values, which will be paired. In this graph of BMI boundaries, the horizontal axis is weight, the vertical axis is height. The 4 points shown are in each of the BMI classifications. Their weight values are 120 and 190 pounds. Their height values are 64 and 71 inches. These are the values we'll use for the weight and height. This is a Strength 2 test case generator request for the BMI demonstration. There is a request name, and then the input factor names are listed. The names that start with a $sign are PHP variables to be used as equivalence class function arguments. After the input factors are 3 equivalence class factors for the 3 report types. Next, we have fixed values for the 5 input factors: age, weight, height, and so forth. For the age factor, we choose 15, 42, and 67 years to generate the child, adult, and Medicare report types. We use the weight and height values from the previous slide. The sex values are female and male, and the intake values are 2,000 and 3,000 calories. The equivalence class functions return expected results classes from their determinant factors. Each function is evaluated for all combinations of its determinant values before test case generation. For example, the adult report function is evaluated 12 times for 3 ages, 2 weights, and 2 heights. The functionally dependent block we see here is replaced by 10 fixed values blocks before test case generation. All combinations of each block are allowed. Taken together, they conform to the constraints for the design. Every allowed dependent value must appear in the pairwise design, in at least one test case, with a combination of its determinant factor values. This means that the test cases are constrained to cover each of the 10 equivalence classes. And each of them will be paired with other factor values as allowed by their constraints. Here is the request form again. We paste in the request from the previous slide and then click the Submit button. We see the 3 equivalence class functions are evaluated as combination functions, and 14 test cases are generated. The values for the 5 input factors are listed first. The equivalence class factors for the expected results are next. There are respectively 2, 3, and 5 classes for the 3 report types. All 10 output equivalence classes are covered.